All right, y'all. Welcome with Hanging with July with Brandon Wilkerson. We just got a couple of things to go over right quick. Basically, we're gonna talk about the All NBA bubble teams. We got two teams for you, and we're gonna do the first and second team. I'm gonna start off with Wilk. We're gonna do the guard. I'm gonna let you do the guards first. Then I'm gonna come. I'm gonna do the guards, and then I'm gonna do the forwards, and then I'm gonna let you do the forwards. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and start off. Who your two guards?
All right, well, my two guards, I got Dame, obviously. Dame Dollar out here causing so much havoc, man. What is it? 37 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds, shooting. What people sleeping on is the man shooting 48% from the field and 41% from three. Like, how do you not? This man playing out his mind right now. So I'm going Dame for my first guard. Now I struggle with the second guard because Luca putting up numbers, but I'm gonna kind of stay consistent. I think it got to be a healthy balance between the numbers you putting up and it, kind of translating to wins. So I gave Booker the nod over Luca for that reason. I mean, Booker putting up 31, 4 and 6 or something like that, shooting 49% from the field. So I had to show Book some love just off the strength of them boys. Them boys 7-0 right now. Um, you want me to keep going, or you want to do your guards too?
I'm gonna go ahead and do my guards. Basically, I got the same two guards. Of course, I got Damian Leonard. Like he said before the bubble even started, he wanted to play for something, and right now he basically backing it up. Like he proving that he really wanted to play for something. And that last game against Dallas, I mean, everybody know about it. That was like one of the best performances in the bubble. So I'm gonna go Dame. And like I said, I got Booker as well. Reason being because I mean Luca, he not playing whole games, and he played all the last game, but the game before he sat out. So we got to reward the players that's playing at an A+ level,
Right.
but playing all the games. And Devin Booker, he playing all the games, plus he giving the Suns a chance to make the playing bubble. So for my first team guards, I'm gonna go with Dame and Booker. Now as far as my forwards go,
This is where it's gonna get interesting. Let's go.
my forwards go. For my first forward, I got T.J. Warren. Even though even though last game Jimmy Bucket shut him down.
Right, right, right.
Like when Jimmy Butler talk, you listen. Like I believe when he talk, you listen. Because when he say he gonna do something, he do
He do it right, right. That
it.
man mind just different, dog. Like Jimmy
Like,
just man.
but yeah, T.J. Warren, he kind of struggled, but I don't take away the fact that he a bubble star. He got the pace is looking good going into the playoffs. So I got T.J. Warren as my first forward. My second forward, I got Michael Porter Jr.
Ooh, okay, 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 yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got Michael Porter Jr. emerging star. Hey, his first game in the bubble, when I seen that he was healthy, I made a post in Sports Debaters. I said next year, 2020-2021 season, he gonna be an all-star and he gonna be the number one scoring option for that Denver team. And I'm starting to see it, man. He's showing it. Like
The
people
bag
say
deep.
people saying Denver playing without their starters, man. Michael Porter Jr. He gonna be a starter
Right.
next
He gonna be that
year.
star. Forget starter.
Yeah,
He gonna be the star of that
yeah.
team. Straight up.
And I mean, I think my last forward is a throw-in, Giannis, because he is putting up good numbers, but I think it's just a throw-in because I think I don't know. I'm starting to lose faith in Milwaukee. I'm gonna be honest.
Nah, I mean,
I'm
I
starting
agree.
before the bubble started. I had them going to the finals, but I mean, I think people starting to figure out Giannis. He getting his stats still,
Right,
but when it comes to money time, like he not there.
right.
but he's still averaging 20, 27, and 12 rebounds per game, and without any other good big men that's putting up the numbers like he putting up, I'm gonna go ahead and give it that last spot to Giannis.
All right, well, how I kind of broke it down, instead of doing 3 forwards, I did 2 in the center. So that's probably where we're gonna have a little, variation, because if I did it like that, I would probably be spot on with you. But of course, TJ Warren, 31 and 6 a game. You know what I mean? 31.6 6 rebounds. Nobody expected this from this man. TJ, who? This baby Kawhi? So who's this guy? But so I went TJ Warren right there, man. And then for the next forward, man, I went Giannis. For the reason that you said, you really can't deny his numbers. I mean, 27 and 12. I know they had a couple of games, man, where they really weren't playing for anything because they had already solidified the number 1 seed. But we know who Giannis is. I'm not letting the fact that I don't believe in them as a I don't want to say a true contender, but I don't think they're going to the NBA Finals. And I think because Toronto, especially Nick Nurse, they got the blueprint to shut this man down. So I'm not gonna let that kind of get in my way for right now. You know what I mean? But with that being said, man, I got Giannis at that spot, and then my 5, man, I got Embiid, dog. Embiid putting up 30 points, 13 rebounds a game. Like I can't deny it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest with you. With Simmons being out, I know a lot of people wrote them off. I think Philly is better with one of them out of the lineup. Even though both of them are impact players, they just don't fit together. You know what I mean? Now Embiid, he can operate wherever he want to operate because Simmons not taking up that space, in that mid-range to post area. That's Embiid, man. Look, put shooters all around him. You better be able to stop him. Throw it down in that post. Go to work, Embiid. When them boys double down, kick it out. Shooters better hit the shots. You know what I'm saying? So I like Embiid at that 5 spot on my starting team, man. So I got Dame, Devin Booker, TJ Warren, Giannis, and Embiid. And that's a shame because the Suns not getting in the playoffs.
Hey, you're right about Embiid. Speaking of Embiid, to start on my second team, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the forwards and the slash centers. I got Embiid on my second team for the reasons you just said. What gave him the edge over what gave Giannis the edge over Embiid, to me, Embiid went down again.
I got you. Yeah.
He went down. Yeah. And he went down against the Blazers, which was good for me. But
that's great for you. hey, that's great for you.
He went down again. Durability issues, like that's the only thing that's stopping him from being on all NBA first team. There we go, William Chastain. What's up? You can hear me?
Yo.
What's going on, bro?
What up now? I'm on?
Yeah, you
on, bro.
Now what up?
Hey, we just gave our all bubble first teams. So we just gonna go ahead and name your 5 all NBA bubble first teams and tell us why.
Well, right now, the 2 guards gotta be Dame and Booker. Those gotta be my 2 guards. Damn. Small forward. I guess I'm gonna still pick Kawhi just because he is Kawhi. LeBron playing the point, so I ain't gonna shove him in there unless y'all not playing position.
Okay.
Power forward Anthony Davis. Or no, center Anthony Davis, and I'll put Giannis at the power forward.
Giannis at, well, I'm just let you know what me and Wilk said. Wilk had on his first team, he had Embiid, he had TJ Warren, he had Booker, he had Leonard, and what was the last person, Wilk?
Let me see. I had Dame, Booker, TJ Warren, Giannis, and Embiid at the center.
Oh yeah, Giannis and Embiid. Yeah, that was his 5. My 5 was Dame, Booker, Michael Porter Jr., TJ Warren, and Giannis. Any thoughts on that?
Let me get me a damn pen. Hold on. Let me get me a pen right quick.
He sound like he about to poke some holes in us, dog.
No. I want to make sure I keep up. You know what I mean? All right. Yeah. So what y'all think about the Michael Porter Jr. thing?
Like I was saying, man, I think we all just been waiting on him to get healthy, cause if he could have been, if he could have gone straight to the NBA after high school, he would have did it and would have been a #1 pick. So we just been waiting on him to be healthy. I think he a bigger, as in bigger, I mean weight wise, a bigger Kevin Durant because he got it all.
Definitely got the skill
Like
set.
I said, next year for Denver, he gonna be the #1 scoring option. I still got Jokic as the overall best player on that team, but Michael Porter Jr. gonna be the #1 scoring option, and he gonna be an All-Star next year.
I definitely got it for at least an All-Star though. That's for sure. It's early. I only seen 2 games, like only 2-3 games he done played or something like that.
I think three games.
I want to say that boy
And
played 4 or 5.
I'm keeping in reserve in mind. Although shit, it might never be a crowd again. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, right now though, I'm trying to keep it back in my mind. Like, all right, these guys, they got a crowd in front of them, and if the crowd dynamic does come back, would that take away from their performance? I know it won't take away from Giannis. I know they're gonna take away from Dames and a couple of other cats.
Right, exactly.
Or whatever the case may be. TJ Warren, I figured he was gonna slow down though eventually. Like he nice, but he not like, you know what I'm saying, he not Michael Porter Jr. nice or even Butler nice, to be real.
Hey, Jimmy Butler shut that man down. Like,
yeah, Butler, he legit though.
Is that gonna be a potential?
Butler rough rider, man.
Would that be a potential matchup? Indiana and Heat.
What?
Yeah, they projected to meet each other in the first round.
No.
4 and 5, right?
Yeah.
That'll probably be one of the best first rounds for sure.
Oh yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But look, I ain't even going. Like, I don't think T.J. Warren built like anybody that y'all name. But I'm not gonna say like a lot of. He came out of. I won't say he came out of nowhere. He probably hit some of our radars late. But the man was a bucket in Phoenix. He really was a bucket.
Right.
Like, you know, he averaged 19.6 points per game one season over the course of a whole season. I think he's one of those guys. Since they are in the bubble environment and other teams don't have the crowd to feed off of, he really just out there hooping.
Right. Most definitely. Like, I would say, like, obviously what Doc Rivers' son did the other day was the direct attribute of the crowd not being there. Like, on the playground, they probably can't see him. All right. Probably tear their ass up on the playground, you know what I'm saying? But in that structured environment with the crowd screaming and ref and the coach and everything going on at one time, it takes a few steps away from a few players.
Right.
Yeah. I was first group. I think we seeing Hoodie Melo right now.
Yeah, dog. Melo
could have been doing this without a break. In my opinion, I don't feel like they was like he lost a step and all that. I think he was just being blackballed. I felt like he could have been averaging 20 a game, whatever he's doing, you know what I'm saying? Yes, without being interrupted had they not, New York not been a shit franchise. The Knicks is terrible right now.
Yes, sir. I totally agree. And I think we seeing the fact that McCollum's not performing to the level that we're used to seeing him perform like in the regular season. And I think Melo noticed that. And Melo the second option right now. Melo is the second option right now. You know what I'm saying?
And ever since CJ got hung up on that dunk, he ain't been the same. After he got choked on that break, that was it.
Right.
Hey, but before we get into our second team, I want to talk about the Lakers right quick and this bubble. I think this bubble, the Lakers is being affected the most because you work all season to get home court advantage, and you have a lot of players on the Lakers that feed off the crowd, like Quinn Cook, Danny Green, Kuzma to an extent, and then now most likely you're gonna have to play a Blazers team that's not really an 8 seed. They really like a 3rd or 4th seed.
Exactly. Went to the Western Conference Finals. What, last year, didn't it?
Last year. But Ed Collins injured. Then Rodney Hood get injured. Nurkic was already injured. You lose Ennis Cantor, who replaced Nurkic. So it's like Portland is not really an 8 seed. They really like a 3rd or 4th seed. Remind me of my Syracuse team that went to the Final Four a couple of years ago. They was a 10th seed, but they went all the way to the Final Four. Like, So I think the Lakers are getting the baddest end of the stick when it comes to this bubble because now you got them role players who can't feed off the crowd for the Lakers, and then you don't have home court advantage. And as you can see, players like Melo, uh, Gary Trent Jr., they balling hard in this bubble. And now
Right.
the Lakers got to play the Blazers, which I think is unfair for the Lakers.
Well, I don't disagree,
But
but I would say the number one team I think is impacted the most. I would say it's Milwaukee, and the reason is you got a superstar in Milwaukee, Giannis. I don't think it really bothers him at all. But what we've seen, if teams run that boxing one, you put your best defender on Giannis and you build a wall. You know what I'm saying? Giannis can't beat you. These other guys, that's what you got to worry about now. I don't think they're gonna live up to it. Like in Milwaukee, yeah, they probably will do their thing, but without it being Milwaukee, look, Middleton gonna sell, dog, and Giannis leaving. Middleton gonna sell, dog. The reason why I don't think it's gonna impact the Lakers as much when the playoffs come is because you got LeBron, you got Anthony Davis, and then you got a lot of guys with championship pedigree. I know I rag on Danny Green a lot, but Danny Green got the championship pedigree. J.R. Smith, he's been here before. You got guys like that that's on that roster. You know, when the times get tough, man, they got what it takes. And Rondo gonna be back if they make it to the second round. You know, so
you think he's gonna be effective though? Like he ain't really had a steady go at it for a while. He been
right.
in and out here, game two, rhythm gonna be crucial.
Nah, you're right. You're exactly right.
Yeah, and I feel like right now, while the getting is good, it's a lot of players without names like T.J. Warren that's like, look, I don't give a fuck who in front of me. When I get out there, I'm going for it. And if that cat a step slow, they ain't gonna care. They gonna take their rep regardless. They ain't gonna be like, oh, Rondo was slow or such missing the game. This one was in rhythm. That player gonna make a name for it. So I think going out there now it's gonna be real heavy pace and probably more intense than it normally is because everybody believing they got a shot.
Right. You're right. You spot on.
The East is wide open because as of now, you got the Heat and the Pacers 4-5, and like I said before in the other podcast, if the Heat meet up with the Bucks, that
Heat going to the finals.
That could be some trouble for the Bucks.
I've been calling it, man.
He's probably the only team left now that probably can get us with trouble. Well, I ain't gonna disrespect Toronto though. Obviously, Toronto with that defense, but I feel like when they need that bucket, they still don't got that player. I don't think Toronto got that player when they need that bucket against another top tier defense in the clutch. I don't think they have a player that's gonna step up.
All right. Well, look, we're gonna go ahead and get with our second bubble team. I'm gonna go ahead and start it off like I was doing before you jumped on, Will. But my center, I got Embiid. Just because, like Will said, Embiid, he's a real good player. He's putting up, what was his numbers, Will? 33 and 12, 30.
Oh, that ball putting up 30 and 13, man. Like, that's ridiculous.
Like, yeah, he been looking good. I hate that he went down, and then Simmons, that hurt right there.
Right.
Hey, but to your point, Will, even though Embiid, he does play better with Simmons on the sideline, and Simmons does play better when Embiid on the sideline. Like you said, they don't work together for some reason. Like they work together, but they work better when they're not together. If that makes sense.
Right.
I got Embiid on my second team as a forward. Center forward, however you want to call it. Then I got Luka, of course. He is unfortunate. Well, no. I'm sorry, my bad. Not Luka. I got Jason Tatum as my second forward. Even though we was all clowning him after that first game. What he was with 1 for 12 or 2 for 12?
Oh man, that ball was 2 for 14, and then one of the buckets wasn't even his. They got tipped in by the other team, and he was the closest Celtic to the play, so they credited him with the bucket.
Hey, and I can't.
Who's that?
Jason
Tatum first game in the bubble.
His first game.
Oh yeah, Tatum was like he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready at first.
I went in a sports group. I was clowning Tatum. Then I looked at the schedule. I realized I was like, damn, we play the Celtics. We play the Celtics next. I was like, hey, I'm about to come out and probably drop 40 on us. And the next game, I think he had like 12 points in the first quarter that fast.
He dropped 37 that game or something, didn't he?
37. He had like 12 in the first quarter.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, he heard you talking. He came looking for you.
Yeah, that boy. You know, man.
Yeah, he was.
My last forward, it was between Kawhi and the guy that I actually picked, but I went ahead and picked LeVert from the Nets. Like the Nets, I mean LeVert is usually like the fifth option. Maybe if everybody was healthy, LeVert is like the fifth option. But yeah, man, hey, that's another reason the boys went played the Clippers. Like they was on the Clippers from the beginning of the game. Like it wasn't no fluke. They just straight up whooped the Clippers.
Right.
And LeVert been leading the way. So I got LeVert as my last forward. And for the two guards, I think it's pretty obvious. Go with Harden and Luka. I mean, Harden is just being Harden, and we seen how Houston looked without him when they played. I forgot who that was. They was playing the Spurs. Yeah, they was playing the Spurs yesterday, and Westbrook leading the Rockets. It ain't a pretty sight. And like we was debating with Luka, I mean, dude averaging 32, 11, and 11. It's just unfortunate for him. It's just unfortunate for him that Dame and Booker is balling in the bubble. So Luka on my second team. I'm gonna go ahead and start it with you, Will. Who you got on the second team?
I got Luka, Harden, Embiid, Michael Porter Jr. I'm trying to find my other four right now on the fly. I'll put Joker down there with him right now. Sorry for being unprepared.
Who your last person?
Joker.
Joker? So you ain't got no faith in TJ Warren.
Huh?
You ain't got no faith.
Who TJ Warren?
Yeah.
I mean, no, he has some. I mean, I'm not knocking his performances. He had some dope performances, but I don't know. It just wasn't like I don't know. It was dope. I ain't gonna hate on it. It was dope, but I feel like other players in front of me right now.
Gotcha. Who you got, Will?
And plus, he had them two good games. You got to count this last game where he dropped the donut almost his last game. You got to count that game too.
Hey, that boy did punch Anthony Davis' head up, man, with 39 though. That boy put 39 on AD. Hey, AD was the primary defender.
He went off those games
and locked AD up. Like AD had like 8 on that man. Oh, all right, cool. So my team, of course, you cannot deny Luka and James Harden. You already spoke to them boys, so I'm not even gonna spend much time there. So I'm with you. I'm actually a Jason Tatum fan, but I like to poke fun at Jason Tatum because he got a fan group. You know what I'm saying? So I like to pick with them boys, man. But I got Tatum as my first forward. You already spoke to the impact Michael Porter Jr. has been having, so I got him as my second forward. My last forward on the slash center or whatever, this the one that might surprise you, but I think his value is shown now more than ever. I'm going Jaren Jackson Jr. Okay, he only played 3 games. Them boys did nothing since he's been gone, and I just want to throw his numbers out right quick. So the 3 games that Jaren Jackson Jr. Played in the bubble before he went down, man, with that knee injury. They lost in overtime to Portland. The boy put up 33 points on. He knocked down 6 threes, shooting 40% from the 3, right? Then the next game he came with another 21 piece. 8 for 13 from the field, 61%, 2 for 5 from 3, that's 40%. And then that boy dropped 22. That last game, he only played 32 minutes. And he hit another 2 threes in that game, man. So I think his impact is being shown now. Jaren Jackson Jr. is not a flashy player. It's not a sexy pick when Memphis picked him, but he's a cornerstone of their franchise, and I think is being noticed right now, man, with him being out. Because as soon as he went out, nobody gave him a chance. So I know the injury issue is a big deal, man. But I really think this dude deserves some recognition. So I'm going Jaren Jackson Jr. I always got a sleeper for you, man.
Yeah, I mean, him and Morant, that's gonna be a good Memphis team next year.
And that other boy they got Clark, huh? That's his name, Brandon Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, them boys got some talent out there, man. And Justice Winslow hadn't even played. He'll be playing next year.
Damn, I ain't heard his name in forever.
That boy always hurt, man. Boy in the nursing home, man.
Damn.
So on my podcast last night, I let everybody pick their championship matchup, unbiased, of course. Of course, if it was biased, I would have picked Portland. But my unbiased pick, at first, like I said, I had Milwaukee and the Clippers. But like I said, I've been losing faith in Milwaukee. It just ain't. They just haven't been looking good to me. So I went ahead and picked Toronto and the Clippers. I think the Clippers too deep for LA. The Clippers got more players that's not role players. They got more players that could get it, like Lou Will, like Montrezl Harrell, Paul George,
right.
Kawhi. That's four players. Yeah, Mars. That's four players that could get it. I only see the Lakers have two in the possible with Kuz. And like I said, they got a lot of players that feed off of the crowd. That's what it helped the Lakers if they wouldn't have been playing in the bubble. Because even though Clippers in LA, they both in Los Angeles, that's always gonna be Lakers. Lakers,
right?
no matter what, that's always gonna be a Lakers arena. But yeah, I got the Clippers beating the Bucks and 6 in the final. Who you got, Will?
All right, so
Clippers beating the Raptors in 6 in the final.
All right, so the Lakers look bad right now. But I also don't think, we see it every year, man. LeBron turn up in the playoffs. So I'm not discrediting the Lakers based on what I've seen in the bubble, although rhythm is a very important factor. And Portland will be a tough matchup for them in the first round because they have no one to guard CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard. They don't have the guards to defend them. Like Danny Green just be out there. I don't know why he just be out there, dog. He can't guard no more. That boy bricks. Like I'm like man in building apartment complex out there already. Well, with that being said, I got Lakers.
Y'all gonna be surprised with my pick. Like, I know July gonna be surprised. Like, I want to say the Lakers. LeBron my dog right now, but I just feel like it's James Harden time to at least be on that stage to see if he do it or not. So I got the Rockets and the Bucks with Giannis taking it home.
That's a hot take right there with Houston. I like that.
Hey, it's a surprise that you got the Rockets and the Bucks, but it's a bigger surprise that you got the Bucks beating the Rockets. Reason being, I think James Harden got it out for Giannis. Like,
definitely,
yeah, them boys, that'll be a good finals matchup.
We seen it.
That's like that T.J. Warren and old boy little beef almost.
Right.
Harden, we seen he was D'ing Giannis up and everything. Like they got certain.
In the post, that shit was shocking.
Right.
He was able to hold my man still, like he couldn't move.
Like how Steph Curry, he bring it out of Kyrie. Like Giannis bring it out of James. Like, but
that's real.
But yeah, James Harden is this time. I'm gonna be honest because the Golden State Warriors been to James Harden what LeBron was to Toronto. Like once LeBron got out the way, Toronto got to the finals. So it wouldn't be shocking because the Warriors they're out the way, Houston get to the finals. So I'm not gonna pick Houston. Like I said, I picked the Clippers, but if they would get to the finals, I would be happy for Harden. I'd be happy for D'Antoni because it's all Harden missing from being in that top 20 of all time right now is a championship ring.
Right, and that's real. He gets some hardware. He got the MVP, scoring championship, and then like just basically it's all the stats he do, the 60-point triple-double, all that folklore he building. Like with those kind of games, it ain't really like no big reward for it. But if you put a championship behind that, when people be like, oh, I remember he won the championship all that year, he put up 60 and 20 or some crazy shit, it just adds, you know what I mean? It adds, you know what I'm saying, to what you got, to your repertoire of accolades, basically. Look, it's like seasoning on the food or some shit.
Oh, yeah, you know, a little slap your mama, man.
Right.
AI only been out the first round twice, but people always remember that he went to the finals against the Lakers. They don't remember he only got
one game.
Right. Well, I'm gonna tell you this about Houston. If Portland get in that thing, that's gonna be a tough matchup for the Lakers. If Portland can upset LA, I don't think anybody else in the West can beat Houston in a 7-game series because you got. They play small ball, so they switch everything. So they're gonna match up well with the Clippers. I think the Lakers, the hardest team for them to beat, just because Anthony Davis is way too skilled and they don't have anybody that can defend Anthony Davis on the block. James Harden, Giannis up, but let's be real, Giannis really don't got no moves. Giannis just bullying his way to the rim and dunk on you. AD really got a nice skill set.
He don't have a mid-range at all.
So I think the Lakers pose the biggest threat to Houston. So if Portland can take them boys out, Houston might get there for real.
I don't see Portland doing it. Like I get it, but if Dame gotta be that hero every night, he gonna wear it down. It ain't gonna work. They gonna be banging him up with the picks and all that kind of stuff, putting him in the post with Kuzma. They gonna be roughing him up. You know, they ain't gonna have. You know, that's the only way you gotta stop him. Right, a smaller guard, whatever the case may be. But let me ask you a question though. Why not? Let's play why not. Why not Dallas? Like, so what? Because Dallas look like they fucking superstar. Like, you know, they tough, but why not them? Is it just you?
Because they got to play the Clippers, and we Clippers, they own Dallas.
and they got their number. That's real.
And Luka, just like
a good one.
Just like you said with Dame, Luka got to go off every night. I don't know if people be noticing when Luka go to the bench, them boys lose the lead. Hey,
that's real. He like everything. He the scoring and like the engine, the heart and soul. They get them revved up.
Right.
And it's special.
It's different. Like with like a Lillard. Like I think Lillard can actually go off against a Kawhi or a Paul George just because they don't have the lateral quickness because he's a small guard. Luka the same size as them people. Man, they can throw Kawhi at that boy. They can throw Paul George at him. They can throw Morris at him. You can put Montrezl Harrell out there just to body him up every now and again to bump him.
Right.
It's just so many people that they have that can defend Luka. Not saying they can stop him, but you can tire him out, man.
I got Dame for 50 if Paul George sticking him at least one time if they meet and play. At least one time after all that back and forth on social media.
Hey, that would be.
I don't think Paul George got enough ammo.
Nah, he don't.
That would be the series of the decade of them two to meet, man. That would be.
I know a lot of people not picking Portland if they see the Lakers in the first round. I think you're gonna see Olympic Carmelo Anthony come out. He on the same court with LeBron. Melo about to
that would be lit right there.
Melo go hoop,
that would be lit right there.
Hey,
I mean, after that Syracuse run, you got to have love for Melo. Like, that one performance pretty much is capped off his identity in the basketball world.
Right.
You know, he a dog. I mean, he really was. He just ended up in a fucked up franchise. I don't think he should have left Denver.
Melo was chasing that money, man.
Hey,
yeah, that's real.
Chasing that money, man. Hey, he gonna get a $10-15 million year contract next year. Don't believe it.
Yeah, he deserves it, bro.
I think he should stay with Portland, though. In all honesty, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he should stay with Portland. And like I said on the podcast yesterday, Portland don't get to the Western Conference Finals. If they don't make some noise in this playoffs, I think the emergence of Gary Trent going to force Portland to trade away C.J. McCollum.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely the piece that you're going to get. You're not going to get rid of Nurkic. He's a fucking monster. You're not going to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying?
They can't have two small combo guards, man, like that. I mean, Golden State did the same thing, man, when they had Steph and Monte Ellis, man. They wasn't going to win with that. You can't have that. Neither one of them great defenders either. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put somebody there that's able to, kind of spot up and shoot, but also defend at a high level. So when you play other guards, you can kind of hide that other guy on defense.
And you got two small guards. Now you got two people that can't fight through picks. Most likely, they catch the wrong matchup.
Right.
They getting bumped off, getting brushed up. You know what I mean? Any rotations on the block or the high post, they dead meat.
Yeah.
But these playoffs, man, I'm so excited, man, bro. Like I'm so excited for these playoffs, man. Like, bro, I'm just kidding. The Western is the Western Conference because the Western Conference is unpredictable. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a Blazers fan, but if we was playing in normal circumstances where we had to go to LA, I think LA will beat us 4-1. But since this bubble actually gives us a chance.
Exactly.
Like, it gives us a chance. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, y'all. It's nice talking to y'all. Nice meeting you. Well, we ain't never officially met. Nice meeting you.
July.
Will.
Hey, I'm gonna have that PS5 like another week or two, or PS4. I mean, I'll be to get back on there.
Oh.
Right.
The PS5 come out in a couple of months.
I know. I need to wait, but I'm impatient, I guess.
Man.
All right, Will. I'm gonna see you on the podcast Saturday, man. Yeah, I'm gonna see you on the podcast Saturday. We're gonna be talking about the Devin Booker and Dame debate.
Ooh wee.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. What else we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about the MVP of the bubble. Who's the actual MVP of the bubble, and we're gonna be giving our first round predictions because the playoffs we're gonna have a good idea. I think the playing game starts Saturday, but I think Portland gonna win that first game against Memphis or whoever. But if the if the matchups are determined, we're gonna go ahead and pick all the playoff first round series for that podcast. So William, make sure you watch that one because that's gonna be a good one.
Yes, indeed.
All right, then.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Nice talking to y'all.
All right, good talking to y'all, man. Y'all be good.
All right.
Thank you, brother.